I have to be honest here. After hearing the arguments from fact and normativity, initially I was thinking I was a bit confused over his argument and that perhaps he would clear things up. Unfortunately, it seems to be the opposite, that Veritas himself seems confused about what exactly he's talking about. Here's what I mean. Let's look at this clip right here.
The theist, the whole of the universe begins with an ought. It begins with telos, with intention, with purpose, with the way things ought to be. There's a designer who made human beings to function in particular ways. And this sort of intrinsic value comes from a designer who itself is intrinsically valuable.
I hope I wasn't the only one who went, "What?" when he said this. The main reason being is that anyone who is slightly familiar with the term intrinsic and what it means would find this statement,
and this sort of intrinsic value comes from a designer who itself is intrinsically valuable,
doubly puzzling. The first reason is because he's explaining the intrinsic value of, let's just say, X by appealing to Y and saying the reason why Y is able to make X intrinsically valuable is because Y itself is intrinsically valuable. But if X needs Y to be valuable, why doesn't Y need anything? That should imply Y needs something. But that's the first puzzlement. The second puzzlement would be, why is he trying to explain intrinsic value through something else? Intrinsic value should be in the thing itself, and you should only need that thing to explain it. You shouldn't need anything else. That's the whole point of intrinsic value. It is because of this that Veritas's main substantive clarification, which is...
Now, I'm making the claim that it's self-evidently obvious that this is the case and that you all know it. I mean, look at the conversation we're having right now. Look at the conversation I'm having with you atheists, all 30 of you or however many are watching this. You're all trying to convince me that my position is false and that yours is correct, that yours better reflects reality and that it conforms to the truth of the matter, whereas my view does not. Okay? And the normative content here is that this sort of mental state, the one that reflects reality, has the intrinsic property of being better than mine, which lacks that property. So the very fact that you're arguing with me proves the point I'm trying to make.
Doesn't work because he is deriving the value of rationality from what he, I, or anyone believes about it. If it's intrinsically valuable, beliefs have no bearing on the value of the thing we're talking about. So if his only argument for why there is intrinsic value and why something like rationality is intrinsically valuable is because we all believe it to be, just shows a gross misunderstanding of what intrinsic value is.